Hello, welcome to Little Lake Lodge. I'm going to show where we live for right now. It's a work in progress. Lots of work to do around here. It almost reminds me of like a treehouse kind of thing. Over here we got a cabin that one day we're going to fix up. It was built in the early 1800s. So it's pretty, it's either early 1800 or mid. I'll have to go and look back up and see, but it's roughly around going on 200 years old. So we're eventually gonna fix that up, and it's gonna become a home again. The whole thing's leaning, so we gotta jack it up and put in support. Right now, it's housing a bunch of our materials, keeping them dry, so it's being useful. Over here, we like chimes. When the wind kicks up, you start hearing a melody on the wind. Actually, brings a very peaceful feel to the place. Got a big chime right there, the Wind River, that big one. It's pretty expensive, but it's a very beautiful noise. Let's see if I can go chime it real quick. There we go. There's chimes all over the main area here. We also have, because it gets real dark around here during the night, we got solar panel chimes. They glow in the dark. We got like cool little lights all over the place, and they shine at night, and they bring a more safe feeling around here because we're in the middle of the woods. Got my dad's trailer going on over there. We built a roof over it. Vehicles that are being worked on. You got chickens. Come here, chicken. You're shy. My dad and I just put up this shed. It houses our tractor, and it'll house other tools. We got various attachments. Over here is my chicken coop that I built about a month ago. I still need to finish it, but basically I went to Ace. This thing I probably spent about $150 to build, maybe $200 for the chicken wire, screws. I think that was about it, because all the rest of the materials I got for free off jobs. Ace, most Aces I've been to give away their pallets, so I was able to get all these pallets for free. There's a lot of people giving away a lot of scraps, so it's not that hard to really find stuff and build it for free. Facebook Marketplace also. We got this roofing. Tin roofing for pretty cheap. I think it was $5 a sheet. So there's all sorts of ways to save money and do this stuff for cheap. As long as you don't really care that it looks like amazing, because it's pretty much just a bunch of scrap. It looks pretty good for what it is, but I'm going to stain the whole thing so the wood lasts longer. But we got their coop going on in here. We've been working on it. We got their nesting boxes right here. It's a makeshift perch, but some of them go up there. We got our fan in. I haven't connected it yet. But this was just a roof, because I used to put firewood in here to dry it, so I closed it all in and turned it into a coop. And they got their little run. We have 13 chickens now, but we're gonna have about 20 and about 10 ducks. They got their water. I got a 6.5 gallon thing, so if I have to go for work for a day or two, we just close it up and I'll have enough water. And I got a 30-pound feeder. I got these little ones in here for now, but I have a much bigger one if I have to leave a couple days. So that's the coop. This is where all the water drains from the property. The people before us set up a whole water system because we live in kind of like a bowl. those hills on all sides, so all the water comes down at us. And I guess they were getting flooded out. So they made the whole system where all the water runs into these pipes and it all drains into this waterway. And this goes down about 8-9 feet. And next summer I'm going to start working on damming up that whole other side right there, so the water will fill up and turn into a pond. Hence the name Little Lake Lodge. We got the lodge, and this is going to be the little lake when I'm done with it. And then it's going to have a dock going out to the middle, and it'll have a gazebo where you can sit in. So in the end, it'll be a pretty big pond. Not a huge pond, but I'm going to get rid of all these trees, and the pond will probably fill in, you know, pretty far up the hill, down and around. And we're just gonna have to put in about an 8-foot tall mound of dirt on the other side. And there's a lot of clay around here, so we'll reinforce it with a clay center, so it makes the wall a lot more strong. And we'll put pipes through it, because right on the other side is our garden, so we can put pipes through in this, through the bottom of it, and then we just open them up and we'll have as much water as we need. So yeah, this is the main little spot. This road right here goes about a 1/4 mile all the way out to a gravel road that connects all the way on this one like 5-mile path all the way in the wood, connecting all the neighbors, and it comes back out onto the main road. So we're pretty tucked in here. This is going to be filled with wood by winter, because we have wood burning stoves here. My dad's going to put a stove in that camper because that's the one he uses. He likes the older one more for some reason. And I'm going to come over here. I'll show you our first garden that we put this in last year before we moved here. We got our elderberries. We're going to be harvesting lots of them. I already harvested some. I have a video uploading right now. There's not much service around here, so it takes about, depending on the size of the video, this video will probably be about 15 minutes, and it'll probably take about 10 hours to upload. So I need to get better internet service. Basically, water comes through here too. Comes down that hill, comes into here, and goes all the way to a creek. Well, we're going to dam that all up so it all goes into the pond. So this is our second year. Every year you do it, the garden will get better and better if you work your soil correctly. So we're on our second year, and we got a lot of rain. So and the frost was late this year, so it put us back, and all the rain. We got like 10 or 15 inches in like 2 weeks. It was pretty bad. But over here we got also sorts of various plants. We got sesame seeds, these little things right here, little pods. I don't know what everything is. My wife knows what it all is, but I'll do my best. We got celery. We got strawberries. Next year we're going to plant a lot more strawberries, because we have a whole front section, probably about a whole acre up front we can grow stuff in. Right here is eggplant. Any eggplants growing on it? Let's see, nothing yet. Everything's late. Right here we got our cucumber tunnel. Not done growing yet. It's going to grow all the way around. But this one's doing really good. We've been picking bushels of cucumbers off this thing. We got these white cucumbers. I forget what they're called. They're all over the place. Come over here, we got pickling cucumbers. It's hard to see in the sun if the camera is picking this stuff up. Right here we accidentally planted a cantaloupe. So it's got some cantaloupes hanging off of it. Then we have these like really long cucumbers right there. I wish I had a list of what they're all called. Another cantaloupe. But yeah, this is our cucumber tunnel. Right here used to be carrots. We harvested them. Now I think that's buckwheat. It's going to be a cover crop that's going to till back into the dirt, and it's going to plant carrots again in the fall. Over here was our lettuce, but it ran its course. Most lettuce doesn't do good in the summertime in the heat. Over here we got our purple cabbage. We harvested our green cabbage, and we had broccoli. We harvested that. This used to be garlic. We actually got a really good garlic yield, and it might have been because of this. The electroculture thing I made. It's supposed to take the energy out of the air, the electromagnetism, something like that, and bring the energy down into the roots, which I think it did because we got pretty big bulbs. So we got onions. Our onions didn't do great this year. Something to do with the water, and also the quality of this bed, I guess, wasn't very good, but they're onions. We got some onions. Over here we got beans. This was cauliflower. We harvested it, and my wife planted beans. And the sunflowers are kind of, they never really looked very good because of so much rain. I guess they don't do very good in the rain. We had some really big ones growing up that looked pretty good. But you come over here on this side. I'll show you the chime over here. We got these all over the place. A little hummingbird chime. Really cool when the wind kicks up because we have pie tins all over the fence to keep the deer away. So those are clinking and the chimes are going, and it just makes you feel good. Gives another element. Over here we got cotton. We're testing these out. Got some chard. This is called purslane. It grows wild around here. It's full of vitamin E, according to my wife. And my wife does all the planting. She does all. I do all the manual labor, like building the beds and putting up the fence and getting the manure into the ground, tilling it up. She wants to eventually do no-till gardening, but so she does all the planting, and she like builds all these little arbors, and me and her put up the cattle panels because it's really hard to do by yourself. These sunflowers look like they're still doing all right. Over here you got, these are called cucamelons. They're these little cucumber watermelon looking things. They're basically just a micro cucumber. Let's eat one. Yummy, yummy. We got our tomatoes. Of course, my wife loves flowers. Got them all over, and these ones keep certain kind of pests away. I know the names of all this stuff, but I kind of forget. I knew the names of these like 2 days ago. And they'll probably come back to me right after I put the camera down. But we got tomatoes. The rain kind of did a lot of this. So our tomatoes this year are not as good as they were last year, but we're getting some pretty big, juicy tomatoes nonetheless. Yummy, yummy. Got over here, these are ground cherries. These are ground cherries. They're in these little packets. It's almost like a sweet tomato. Yeah. Got basil. I'll eat one. Yummy, yummy. We got over here more tomatoes. There's some that are ripening. On this side, we got a bunch of tomatoes. Come over here. We got green beans. Something happened with our green beans. This whole thing was green beans, and a bunch of them didn't make it for whatever reason. And they're not, the even ones that made it aren't doing too good. We're not getting a whole lot. We're getting some, so can't complain. So more ground cherries. You can make, we make ground cherry jam. It's actually pretty good. Over here is our, these are Chinese noodle beans. These things can get like 2 feet long. They're purple and green. Wraps all the way around. They'll be hanging everywhere soon. This is our cantaloupe tunnel. It's got a couple different kind of melons. I think it has some honeydew as well. We grew some honeydew last year. It was the best honeydew I've ever had. My wife's favorites. I forget what they're called. I knew what they were called like 2 hours ago. Over here we got the cantaloupe growing. There's a whole lot of them. They're all over the place. Let's see over here. Yep. It's our cantaloupe tunnel. It'll get all the way up around and have a cantaloupe hanging off. And you just kind of pluck it. Over here, more tomatoes. We like salsa, so that's why we like tomatoes so much. Cherry tomatoes. I remembered what that was, but I don't remember right now. We got zinnias as well growing up. These will all have really cool flowers on them soon. Kind of like that. They're all different colors. Come over here. Oh man, it's the peppers. Green peppers. Peppers, peppers, peppers. I think there's like 10 different kind of peppers. We got some plantain. Peppers. We got lots of green peppers. We got purple bell peppers and black bell peppers. This is a purple one, I think. We got jalapenos, cayennes, ghost peppers, habaneros, tomatillos. That's what these are. You can make some really good salsa with these. These are kind of like ground cherries. There's a little fruit inside this pouch. Some more beans. Big old fat green pepper. Over here, I think, is lemon squash. They're going to start producing soon. We got these are black bell peppers. All these are jalapenos and stuff. My wife already harvested a bunch of them. There's a whole ton of them just hanging off the bushes. These are cayennes, I think. These are cayennes or habaneros. You got hot banana peppers. A lot of peppers. Got potatoes in here. Got peanuts as well. Peanuts are that plant right there, right in the middle. Got more tomatoes and sunflowers. These are the big sunflowers. It's like 10 feet tall. More tomatoes. This is just our first garden. We have another garden that has all our corn and squash and okra, and all our dry beans. Also, watermelon. This is these are sugar pie pumpkins, and also another kind of squash. So pumpkin pie, baby. Come over here. We dug some ponds. This is for watering the garden. Put a pump down in there, attach a hose to it, and you can water the garden, so you don't have to bring hose all the way down from the house. Right here is next spring. We're going to open this up, and we're going to put a 10-foot wide path of dirt in the middle. It'll probably be raised up 2 feet because this is a swamp area. And that's our other garden over there. And basically it'll be a path all the way to the other one, almost like a tunnel. And we'll build like an arbor going all the way across. So it'll be like there'll be some kind of vegetable or fruit hanging, going all the way to the other side. So it'll be like going from one realm to the next. And then we dug some ponds over there, and I'm gonna put a greenhouse right here on this side, right here, a nice big one. And then I'm gonna start a fish farm, because all the water pours through here and it's a swamp. So instead of it just being useless, I'm gonna dig a bunch of holes, and they fill up with water, and they stay full all year. You'll never lose the water. So I can dig it probably goes about 150 yards that way. So I'll dig about 15 ponds, grow fish, and make like a garden path going between all the ponds with like nice sitting areas and flowers, and so it'll be like a pond garden path, but it'll also be for growing fish to eat. You can also use it'll make the water better to fertilize the gardens because of the fish waste. And they'll all be connected by canals, little like 5-inch wide canals. So it'll be really cool. And it ends in a waterfall. So at the very end, it goes down about 5 feet, and then I'll dig a pool at the bottom. So it'll be a sitting pool where the waterfall will come down to anyone who dares to take a risk and go swimming in a backyard pond waterfall. Anyways, I'm gonna do a video of the other garden, but I'm gonna do a quick and this is just with my wife and I. So you can do quite a lot with 2 people. My dad has helped, but he's not here full time. He'll come and offer his help whenever he can. Like he came and helped me put up that shed the other day. But yeah, eventually next year we'll probably start doing the fruit trees. So if people come together and they put their heads together, this kind of stuff is not that hard. You know, we have a friend that has bamboo, so we went and cut down a bunch of bamboo to use it to make these trellises. There's stuff hanging everywhere, and people just need to get over themselves and do it. Come together and have agreeable spirits, because times are getting a little weird, and you'll be happy you did it if something ever went down. I mean, having a garden is not going to guarantee your survival, but it'll definitely help. And depending on how big it is and how much people you have and how much you're working together, you can grow enough people for your community. So in the end, perhaps people don't have to fight over food, because it's, growing. That's what I want for this place. I want there eventually to be a couple people here, and we start building it up, not just for ourselves, but for the community. Whether that be in the form of selling them affordable organic food, or if we have enough, just giving it away. This is my son's kitty cat. I was just hanging out right here. anyways, so yeah, we got big plans for this place. You know, I'm not just thinking about doing it for myself, but I definitely want it to be a place of refuge and a place where, a place that can help the community, because food is about to get real expensive. Hopefully not, but this is the path that goes all the way to the front, like a driveway. And this property is about 37 acres. So definitely want it to be eventually be a help to the community. But right now it's just the two of us, so gotta think big. Gotta have dreams. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's a little bit long. I intended it to be shorter, but I wanted to get the whole garden in there. Have a good day. Shalom, shalom.